Welcome folks, this is Wear and Tear. Today I show you a special flashlight, the FiTorch MR35. Special because it has 5 different color modes: 1200 lumens, a white LED Cree XBL, red LED, green LED, blue LED, and ultraviolet LED. Now, the flashlight seems to be very high quality at first glance. It aims in the regions of a phoenix or a jet beam, so super high quality. It gives an excellent first appearance. It seems like it delivers everything it promises on the package. All the different colors work fine. It has an exciting blue-red mode where it does a blue-red strobe like police and everything. I mean, you can never use it in real life without getting a ticket, but it's just fun, and you know, maybe if you want to do a prank or something like that. But anyways, it comes with all the different options. It has really good bright color LEDs in there, so it can substitute for one of those cheap multicolor flashlights. So that wasn't even that cheap actually, it's a LED lenser. So it can also theoretically substitute for ultraviolet LED flashlight. This is a dedicated convoy, just ultraviolet. Although I have to say the wavelength and the brightness on the convoy is way better than what the FiTorch delivers. The FiTorch is probably good enough that you check the safety signs on a bill, but it doesn't substitute for real ultraviolet flashlights. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. And of course, it is just as bright as most single 18650 flashlights. So for like $80 in Austria, or 80 euros or $100, whatever, it seems to be a good deal. I even got it for like 40 US dollars shipped from China directly. And honestly said, I'm glad that I didn't pay more, because you know, they put all that work in this flashlight, and at first glance there is no fail at all. Okay, it doesn't even power up anymore properly. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you a little bit later why this light is causing me problems. Anyways, you have a tail switch, very nice tactical switch, and you have the side switch, stainless steel. Okay, this stainless steel side switch is very prominent. This is a micro switch. It's an electronic switch, and it's directly connected to some driver board or something like that. So that means if this flashlight falls to the ground and hits in this area, or something hits it hard in this area, you have a flashlight with a malfunctioning side switch. So this ring does not protect the side switch. So this is a potentially weak spot of the light out of the box. You can see that at first glance. The overall ergonomics of the light are not too good. I wear large gloves, so for me it's a little bit too short. I cannot comfortably get the tail switch, but it's something that you work around. I understand why the head is a little bit cumbersome, considering all the functionality it offers, and also the heat sinking. Actually, this flashlight has very good heat sinking. It offers you stable operation at around 1000 lumens. It has all kinds of fancy schmancy protections in there. Let me read that to you. Again, it's even protected against electromagnetic impulses, so in case a nuke goes off in low orbit and the power shuts down in your country, well, the flashlight is still working. You will be happy about that. So it has reverse polarity protection, over voltage, under voltage. I don't know what else. It has a lot of protections. It's really clearly a flashlight that is very high quality. Then it also has a USB port covered with a rubber cover. the cheapest potential way that you can cover a USB port with a rubber cover. At least this one is snugly fitting. Well, there is no spare rubber cover, port cover, so if you use the USB port a lot, this one will positively break off or get lost, and then you have no port cover. That means you have a flashlight that looks robust, muscular, resilient, but actually is open to the elements in this area. So you have a flashlight that you can only use indoors. I really don't get why they don't do that. So this flashlight has two clear design flaws: the rubber cover and this prominent side switch. They will probably lead to some reclamations if you really start using this flashlight as an outdoor flashlight or as a duty flashlight. If you just put it on a shelf and look at it from time to time because it's so pretty, it will easily survive that. So now, regarding my disappointment with this light, well, I just had it sitting for 15 minutes in the sink just to do a very, very basic waterproof test. After all, it says IPX8, so that's what it says. I mean, yeah, whatever that means. If that means you can't let it sit for 15 minutes in shallow water without it drowning, then IPX8 is not worth anything. Clearly, this flashlight is not IPX8. I just had water leaking out of the USB port right now. There seems to be no water in the head, at least to get the front glass sealing right. But somehow water came into the electronics compartment, and now I have a flashlight that is not properly working. I mean, see the modes don't work. The modes usually switch in a waveform. If I go to the color modes, that seems to work right now. Ultraviolet. Yeah, there's already a problem with the ultraviolet. They shouldn't do that. And clearly there is water in the electronics compartment. It's causing some short circuits, whatever. I hope I can get that out. I hope it doesn't do permanent damage. Now, to me, the rubber port seems to be sealed properly, at least for right now. So I wonder, did the water ingress come through the side switch? Or did it come indeed through the rubber port? I should mention that I had the light sitting in the water like this. So this was upside, this was downside. So it should be even less likely to have any water ingress in this area. But again, water got in there. I had it dripping out a little bit. And yeah, it's clearly causing problems with the light. So FiTorch, you try to aim at phoenix and jet beam levels, but you don't manage to seal your flashlight properly. And also, there are a lot of reviews out there that look at these lights and praise them, and they don't do any basic testing. They just trust that IPX8 is IPX8. And I have had so many lights from so many different manufacturers, they failed the test. Usually it's cheaper lights. It's not lights beyond the €50 price range, okay? I don't mind if this light doesn't hold up to the standard. They did the head sealing not quite right, but it still, well, survived some underwater action, let's put it that way. This one is already kind of damaged. So this one, the C8 design, it's a $20 flashlight. It's 100% water resistant, no doubt about that. Did extensive testing for hours. Usually not a problem with the C8 design. But you know, they over-engineer these lights, and then they think, well, you know, this part costs us 1 cent, 2 cents. Let's just do a cheap rubber cover. And then I'm not trusting the side switch 100% either. So I'm disappointed. FiTorch clearly needs to up their game and test the water resistance, because this is what will break the camel's neck in reality if you really start using the flashlight. It doesn't matter whether the flashlight actually really delivers 1200 lumens for 1.5 hours. Who cares in reality? This is important, that it is sealed against the elements. And well, this is advertised as an outdoor flashlight. Clearly hunters would love it, but again, I would be careful with this light, at least in this version. Maybe they do an upgraded version that is actually IPX8. So this was wear and tear. Excuse my little rant, but I'm frank and honest about the products. And yeah, this was not sent to me as a free sample or something like that. I expect stuff to work out of the box and deliver what the box says, otherwise I'll call you out. This was wear and tear, over and out.